Welcome to today's chemistry lecture. In this lecture, we are going to study about carbohydrates in detail, including its type and examples. So, without wasting any time, let's start our today's lecture. Introduction to carbohydrates. Let's see their abundance. Carbohydrates are the most abundant naturally occurring compounds on the earth. Elemental composition. They are comprised of three primary elements: carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Common name. Due to sweet taste of certain varieties, they are commonly referred to as the sugars. Their chemical functional groups. Beyond having multiple hydroxyl groups, carbohydrates contain either an aldehyde or ketonic functional group. Classification. They are classified into three distinct categories based on their varying properties, like monosaccharides, oligosaccharides, and polysaccharides. Let's see them in detail. First is monosaccharides, means glucose and fructose. Glucose, which is mostly in grape sugar or dextrose. Significant. It is the single most abundant carbohydrate. Their natural sources found naturally in fruits like grapes, in honey, and within the sap of plants. Biological role: serve as the primary energy source for all animals, meaning it is actively present in animal blood and urine. Structural category: it is an aldehydic sugar. Fructose: natural sources present in sweet fruit, juices, and honey. Structural category: it is a ketonic sugar. Chemical comparisons. Molecular formula. Both glucose and fructose share the identical molecular formula as C6H12O6. Structure difference. They differ under functional groups as zeolite in their open chain structures, where the fructose feature a ketone group C double bond or at the second carbon, while the glucose features an aldehyde group carbon hydrogen oxygen at the first carbon. Disaccharides, sucrose, mean lactose, and the maltose. These are other highly important carbohydrates that share a common molecular formula: C12H22 and O11. Sucrose, found predominantly in the sugar cane and sugar beets. Maltose, found in breads and various other cereals. Lactose, found naturally in milk, heavily utilized in baking practices and commercial infant milk formula. Chemical fact: unlike sucrose, lactose is classified as a reducing sugar. Polymeric carbohydrates or polysaccharides. Starch and cellulose represent two critical examples of complex polymeric carbohydrates. They share a general structure formula represented as C6H10O5 multiplied by number n. Starch, a primary storage carbohydrate in plants, heavily present in dietary staples like potatoes, rice, and grains. Cellulose, a structural component obtained from plant-based materials such as wood and cotton. Here is some interesting information. Sulfame potassium, the most recently approved artificial sweetener frequently used in manufacturing of soft drink. Glycogen, a carbohydrate that acts as animal equivalent to starch, performing the exact same energy storage function in animals that starch performs in plants. Now move on to the quick check solutions. First question is, name any two sources of starch. So we know, based on our study, their sources are potatoes, rice, and grains. The second question is, are all carbohydrates equally beneficial for our health? Answer is no. Why? They are not equally beneficial. While simple carbohydrates like glucose serve as direct energy source, and complex polymers like starch store essential energy, other variants such are as artificial sweeteners, e.g., sulfame, potassium in soft drinks are used strictly for taste rather than the nutritional value. Furthermore, differences in chemical structures such as lactose being a reducing sugar while sucrose is not mean they are processed differently by the body.